What's up, everybody? Welcome to SA Boxing Talk. You're here with Hayden Jones again, and I'm here to talk about my top 5 foreign-based fighters in South Africa. Now, an important topic because often the foreign fighters are not involved in the conversations when it comes to list making, but I feel like I should make a separate list just for a few of the foreign fighters to get on there, and let's see, because actually some of the foreign fighters are the best fighters we have in South Africa. So let's start it off and see what happens. At number 5, we have Elvis the Bomber Moyo. He started off as a professional boxer. He dipped his toes in mixed martial arts as well, so that's also a point worth mentioning because mixed martial arts played a big role in his career. In fact, he had a title fights in mixed martial arts in an organization called the Extreme Fighting Championship. He then came back to boxing, took the name of Ruan Visser, which is the South African heavyweight champion, and Elvis Moyo has gone on to be one of the most feared guys within the country. No one wants to fight him. He's got a very patchy record, but due to the fact that he does fight the best, he never got built up his record. He never fought guys with negative records. He went always up against the best guys, and that's the reason why he's at number 5 on my list. At number 4, we have got Mr. Brazzaville himself, Marius Mutombo. Marius Mutombo, very, very lethal. Coming up on the Cape Town scene. As you know, he took the trip from Brazzaville, mainland Congo, coming down to Cape Town, or the Western Cape rather. He made a big impression down there, earning him the rights to come up to the Golden Gloves promotions and, sort of campaigning in the Johannesburg scene more to test himself out. He had a very good first fight against Clement Kamanga, which really showed who he's about. He then, went on to fight Jabulani McKenzie. Tough competitor in Jabulani McKenzie, who made number 2 on my prospects list. And the man from Brazzaville, watch him. He is a striker of note. He's got speed, his intelligence, and I still think he can go on to do some serious things in this game. At number 3, one of my favorite boxers to watch, Emmanuel Columbo, the man from the DRC, the Democratic Republic of Congo. He is a devastating knockout puncher. In fact, up to this point when I'm making this video, he has got a 100% knockout ratio, 14 fights, no losses. He's one guy to watch because he's recently acquired the WBO African title. Whether he campaigns in Africa is still another thing. I mean, there are big things out there for his weight division in the super welterweight division, the 69 kilograms. There's a lot of guys worldwide who should be watching out for a guy like Emmanuel Columbo. And he's still based in South Africa. He's going to find those international exploits, I'm pretty sure, like his countryman Ilunga Makabu. I think he wants to follow in those footsteps. They both train at the same stable in the form of Damien Durant. So I think Emmanuel Columbo is definitely the guy to look for in the super welterweight division, and he falls at number 3 on the foreign-based fighters in South Africa. At number 2, and this guy's been around for a very, very long time, the man from Malawi, Issac Chikadze. Issac Chikadze's fought the best of the best. You cannot even argue as to his resume. His resume is flawless in terms of the guys he's fought. Every single opponent that he has fought is in the top of the light heavyweight division currently, or has been at some point, and that's why, and he holds his own, and that's why he's at number 2 on this list, because Issac is an awkward boxer to face. He can make any boxer look terrible on their day, and I don't see many other boxers in Africa doing what Isaac's done and achieved. He took a brave step in going over. He was fighting primarily in South Africa at the point, went over to the USA, got a couple of wins, beat some other up-and-coming prospects that are also on this list, had a draw with Tommy Oosthuizen. That was a good fight in Emperor's Palace, but more recently, fighting guys like Sergey Kovalev, Dmitry Bivol, I can't pronounce the guy, but the guy's from Ukraine. Also, another guy he just lost to, Artur Beterbiev. Fighting all those names and holding his own. Draw against Tony Bellew. Second fight against Tony Bellew is very argumentative as to what's the actual result. But he falls in at number 2. Watch Issac Chikadze. Undisputed number 1. Ilunga Makabu, otherwise known as Junior Makabu. I don't think you can argue this. The former WBC silver champion. He's fought for the WBC world title before against Tony Bellew. Was unlucky that day, but he's back in that position. I mean, to get up mentally out of a devastating knockout like that and come back and win, go to Russia, win the WBC silver title, defend the WBC silver title, become the official mandatory for the WBC world title in a cruiserweight division which is stacked with Eastern Bloc fighters. So you going to their backyards and beating them, I think speaks volumes for itself. And in the manner he beats guys, I mean, the knockout against Kudryashov and the recent points decision that he had in Russia as well against an absolute beast of a man. You look at those sort of results and you think, you know, the guy deserves all the credits, everything. He's got the WBC mandatory position now. I mean, who else is going to be filling that number one spot? You know, I have minds of Issac Chikadze, but you know, Makabu is in the prime position of becoming something really, really big right now in the cruiserweight division. So looking at that, you got to make him number one. And I want to thank everyone for listening to this video. And if you made it to the end, I really, really appreciate it. Could you give this video a thumbs up and just comment? I'd really, really appreciate that. Cheers.